early 90s. And I see Ray is right up front, who was actually my sales rep way back then. So, but I got a nice show for you guys today. What we're gonna talk about is how to use Campbell SKUs in multiple parts of your menu. You can use it on your breakfast menu, your brunch menu, your lunch menu, your dinner menu. There's so many different applications that you can use a Campbell's food service product in. Two of them that I want to talk about today in particular is I have a sautéed onion and mushroom bisque, and I have a really ethnic-inspired Mexican street corn. And the Mexican street corn soup that we developed about 2.5 years ago was true inspiration from when I took a trip to Mexico. And I remember when I was in Mexico, there was this one dish that I had. At the time, it was my girlfriend, who is now my wife, introduced me to elote, which was charred corn that had mayonnaise smothered on it, cotija cheese, cilantro, chili, and lime. And it was just a burst of different flavors that just something I never forgot about. And then, as you know, with trends, ethnic food, and it primarily with Latin or Spanish food, is trending really, really high. So I thought ethnic street food, and then that memory came back to me about elote. So we inspired this corn, Mexican street corn style soup that has charred corn, poblano peppers, cotija cheese, cilantro, lime, and masa. So we took those ingredients that stayed true to the heritage of the Mexican street corn, and we developed this really great soup. So I'm gonna take you through a carnitas bowl, but then I'm gonna switch back to the sauteed onion mushroom bisque, which is a great soup because it's full of sauteed mushrooms and onions, and it can be used as a sauce for a flatbread and or a pizza. So I'm gonna take you through the flatbread first, and then I'm gonna take you through the Mexican street corn carnitas bowl. And they're very easy to prepare. One of the things at Campbell's Food Service that we always keep in mind is the operator, and that operator's lens is labor, back of the house skill, your inventory. So those three things are constantly in mind when we're developing recipes. And I like to adapt the 5-5-30 rule. And that 5-5-30 rule is a Campbell's product, 5 ingredients, 5 procedural steps, less than 30 minutes to prepare it. You can get anywhere from 12 to 24 portions in less than 30 minutes. But when we write these recipes with you, again, we're resource driven to give you solutions. We're always keeping in mind the skill factor. So as long as they can use a knife without cutting themselves, they can replicate these recipes 100%. And I like to call them foolproof, because when we write them, it's top it with mushroom, top it with sauce, bake in the oven for 5-10 minutes. Make it very simple. So I'm gonna take you through the flatbread real quick, but before that, I'm gonna have you bring some samples of the soup out so they can taste. So the roasted, I'm gonna have you on this side, yep. So I'm gonna have some samples of the sauteed mushroom and onion bisque for you to sample. You can go ahead and put some on here. You just wanna give them like 1/4 of a cup. All right, and I'm just gonna slide you over to this side. Thanks. So the first dish I wanna take you through is the flatbread. And again, very, very simple ingredients. You can give me like a small ladle right on top, and the same amount on the, you can just drop it right in the center. And the next one. And then I put the soup wells up here on purpose. And the reason I did it was to show that you can take the soup right from the well and incorporate it into your recipe. So you're not having to hold this soup in 2 different locations. Again, ease of service for the line cooks. And all I'm doing is I'm taking that sauteed onion and mushroom bisque, putting it on the bottom of the flatbread like so. And when you can stop right now and put the flatbreads in for me. Thanks. So I'm gonna get some of them in now. And the good thing is, very quick ingredients. I got a little bit of baby arugula I'm gonna put on the bottom of this, like so. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of pulled chicken. And again, this is what I would call like a protein recovery as well, because you have chicken definitely on your menu. So again, you're using chicken, but you're not adding another ingredient to your inventory. So just a little bit of shredded chicken that I tossed in a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper. I'm gonna add a little bit of sauteed mushrooms. Same thing, these could be mushrooms that you have in your pasta dish and or toppers for your burgers. So again, it's ingredients that are very common in your pantry. Like so. And then I'm just gonna top it with a little bit more cheese. And then I'm just gonna bake this in the oven. And then we'll get to taste it in a few minutes. That's good, that's enough. Yep. I'm gonna pop this in the oven. Actually, I have put these in the oven. Thank you. So we're gonna give you a little bit of sample of that soup right now. And thank you. Okay, perfect. So the next one, while that is cooking in the oven, I'm gonna go over the carnitas bowl for you. And that's another dish that's really easy to replicate. If you get a chance to taste the soup, you're gonna see that it has a lot of depth, and just look at the consistency of it. So it can be used as a pasta sauce, a flatbread topper, or a pizza, and it can actually go on baked chicken dishes as well, like casseroles. So again, I left it in the soup tureen because again, not to have it in two spaces, that you can actually ladle it right from here and into a pan and go. So I'm gonna now take you through the carnitas. Get a little bit of oil going in the pan. Get a little bit of green chilies in the bottom of a pan. A little bit of corn. You throw this away. Thanks. Gonna add a little bit of scallions. And then the Mexican street corn, I would just go right into the pan with. Bring this to a simmer. I am going to add a touch, just a little bit more cotija cheese to just help bind it up just a little bit, like so. We're gonna leave that here. You can separate the bowl for me. And then for that, you can put a little bit of rice in the bottom of the bowls. And you can grab one of the spoons right there. And I love this dish because, again, it's bringing back some authenticity to the Mexican street corn and adding it to a trends that will fit really well on your menu. You could use the pork carnitas, but you could actually use shrimp, you could use chicken, or you can actually keep it vegetarian if you want. So you could actually have this on your menu and have it listed out as Mexican street corn our bowl, and then you can add the carnitas as an upcharge, add the chicken as an upcharge, or add the shrimp as an upcharge. So you're actually having 4 different menu options with one SKU. Perfect. I'm gonna just turn this down. And the next thing I'm gonna do is just squeeze a little bit of lime in there. Keeping an eye on the flatbread. Yep, just squeeze a little lime. Give it a quick taste. I'm gonna add a little bit more lime to this. And a touch more cheese, thank you. And there is some pork. I have it right here, perfect. And that's good. Put on some gloves real quick. And now I'm going to take you through the bowl again. I'm gonna make a, can you put a little bit more rice in the bottom of this one? I'm gonna make a presentation one for them. You could use this spoon if you need. Enough for an entree. Yeah, double that. Perfect. Perfect. Yep. What I'll do. Nappe this right over top of some rice, like so. Now, yep. I'm gonna take some of the pulled pork that's here. Check the flatbreads for me. Just put it like so. I'm gonna sit this up here. Finish garnishing it. A little cilantro. I'm gonna top it with a little bit of salsa. A touch of sour cream. Yeah, yep, perfect. And then the last thing I'm gonna add to this is a little cilantro and a couple crispy tortilla chips, like so. And again, the star of the show would be the Mexican street corn and the pulled pork carnitas. And this is a great bowl because bowls are also very high, very trend worthy as well. So, and this also can be customizable if you have that choice of protein between pork, beef, or shrimp. And again, it's very easy to produce right from your vein to a quick saute pan. Just, I added a few more corn, a little bit more chilies to it, lime juice and cheese, just to bring that together a little bit more for you. So, and then again, very quick and very easy. I gotta put the pork on. And then you could sit the plate down and you could squeeze the cotija cheese on top for me, please. Like so. Yep, and a little bit of that. Perfect. Yeah, just a little drizzle. And that gets a little fork next to it. Yep. And like so. And we go. And I'm just going to give you one more thing to add on top. You take one step back, and I'll just give you this. And that's it. Thank you. And I'll cut the flatbread next. So I got a little bit of the carnitas bowl coming out for you to try. Huh? Another fork? Sure. There you go. Now I'll cut the flatbread. All righty, here we go. So you got the carnitas bowl. Now I'm gonna give you the flatbread. And we're also gonna be serving the same dishes out of our Campbell's food service booth at booth number 25. You wanna line that with plates that are to my left. Yep. And this is a good application for sharing for menus, for like bar menus, late night menus. And the good thing about this is as well, both these dishes travel very, very well in the to-go setting. There you go. And there you have it. And with the sauteed onion and mushroom bisque, if you were to visit our food service website at campbellsfoodservice.com, there's other recipes that complement the sauteed onion and mushroom bisque, and as well there's a host of recipes that complement the Mexican style street corn soup. All right. Good. My pleasure.